Okay, guys, this song is called Autism ADHD song. Very good for the mornings. Black tea. Um, Circadian rhythm. I fell back a couple of times because circadian rhythm means like the rhythm in your body, and our circadian rhythm is wired differently to neurotypicals when it comes to ADHD and autism. So here's the thing. It's like 20 to 3, but the swimming pool closes. There's a water slide nearby, and so I've done walking, been on walking tracks for 4 days straight. So, for a while there, after about, what was it like? January 31st, I finished working, so still waiting. But here's the thing, for about a week or so after that, a bit longer, actually, no, it was like within the next week, I reset the circadian rhythm for myself, and then it was all good. And it was like the past 2 to 3 days, yeah. I want to get back to waking up at 8 in the morning. Get you know. So this recording is called Autism, ADHD, and Sport. So here's an example of how I plan things out. So I'm not going to read them out in order, but here's 1, 2, 3. No, that's 2. Sorry, that's been done. 6 messages. I do 1 a week. Okay, so I won't do them in order, but okay. I put when you get a new and much better vacancy. Autism, ADHD, and what I learned living in the Wellington region. Bracket if you move. Bracket. So that's only if I move. um, was it autism, ADHD, and dating? Autistic and ADHD people don't have more needs, just have far less resources to rely upon. Yeah, but there's the fact that we're wired totally different and stuff. So maybe also it's just that we don't have more needs, it's just our needs are different, and the world doesn't suit them. See, like I've come to the realization that I fight off addictions every day. Like caffeine, I do very well with that, but I still have some of it. Because that um, this phone gets me. It's an addiction. The social media and all that type of thing. You want to do something, people might get distracted for 15 minutes. I might get distracted for 2 or 3 hours. Um, but that's the dopamine thing. But the thing is also that issue can also be a blessing because exercise and sunlight and nature and all this type of thing increases your dopamine, which gives you the ability to be motivated, also gives you the ability to be focused and the ability to remain consistent. And so the thing is if you're continuously doing all this exercise and fitness and all that, you're going to be a very fit, healthy human being. So, I mean, I know that, this whole everything drawn to catch your attention, well, we're more easily distractible unless, of course, we're in our elements, like swimming and nature and well, nature is, yeah, swimming is in nature and hiking, and but that's not where the most people live, you know. So we have to live in a world that's not made for us. As how impeccable my self control is, I still have three desperados and both alcoholic lemonades. This is also good for ADHD because it gives you a ton of energy. Well, it's vitamins that give us focus, ability to stay focused and stay on point. Okay, autism, ADHD, and sensory overwhelm. Autism. Oh, that's this one. Autism, ADHD, sport. Um, yeah, and autism, ADHD, and junk food. So you know how we have boosts of energy where we just like boost and we're like boosting. Like when we're at high energy, your normal ADHD person, when they have high energy, they have double the amount of energy as someone who does not have ADHD. But when they have low energy, it's like, I don't know if we have half the amount of energy when we have low energy as neurotypicals, but we do have we're more distractible and more distractible and have more how do you put it less motivation, I suppose. But then when we're on point, well, I guess it can be an energy thing too. Yeah, yeah, it can be an energy thing too. But when we're on point, your average ADHD person is got twice as much energy as a neurotypical. When their energy is high, and we are sprinters. There are sprinters like hunters, all this type of thing, hunter gatherers, all this type of thing. So I find it interesting because I used to think that all the All Blacks and all the sports people were neurotypicals, but it turns out that 2% of neurotypicals actually make a living out of anything that's got to do with sports and recreation. Whilst when it comes to ADHD, it's 8%. So they're four times more likely than neurotypicals to get to make their income and have a career that's got to do with sports and recreation than neurotypicals are, than normal people are, with four times more likely. Um, Autism, yeah, there's not as much studies in it. It's just that I know that I am an admixture of the two. And people say I might be acting on something. I'm not acting. I'm always being myself. It's just that, when you're talking about one, it tends to bring forth those aspects of yourself that are linked to that side of yourself, right? That half or whatever. But when you're talking about, that's the same with ADHD. But when you're talking about autism, it's the same thing, because you're talking about things and you're explaining things, and you have autism, and so um, it's gonna further show, isn't it? And it doesn't go anywhere if you're not talking about it. But so I made a prediction for 10 seasons from 2024 through to 2034 that I said this last year, and the Blues and the Hurricanes, the Chiefs and the Brumbies were in the final, the semis. And I'm not saying it's going to be the same teams in the semis for a decade from 2024 to 2034, but I'll do this again. I'm going to go through again, okay? Because this is also an autism thing. Spotting patterns and spotting things and predicting how things are going to happen. Pretty good at it. Um, Blues. I said the Blues were going to win 3 championships. I said the Hurricanes were going to win 3. Chiefs are going to win 2, and Brumbies will win